Hello there guys, welcome to my channel here on YouTube. I am Gaming Talk 24 and today I'm going to talk about what seems like old news but really isn't. 2 days ago, the Xbox One conference reveal was here. It was a thing and we're going to talk about it. Let's get things started. What do I think of the conference itself? Well, it was pretty well organized. You can really see that they pay detail to every word, every period, every comma they mentioned. However, in terms of the consumer, I am not convinced. As a gamer, in a gamer's perspective, I am not convinced. I think that Microsoft is more focused on they're more focused on TV than in gaming. TV more than gaming. That's what I think. Especially when Don Matrick, the president, he said, and I quote, "For the first time, you and your TV are going to have a relationship." That was creepy. When I heard that, I ecstatically laughed like an idiot, but that was creepy. I don't know. That's not something you expected from a gaming console, but at the end of the day, it doesn't seem like it's gonna be a gaming console. It seems like it's gonna be an entertainment box, then gaming, like TV plus gaming. TV more than gaming. But either way, they did a good job in terms like they wanted to portray. They wanted to portray if it's gonna be a gaming console. They didn't portray that, but as you can see, they wanted to portray this image that this isn't gonna be only a gaming console. Able to do this, able to do that. It could be your cable box, which is something that let me down because I don't need an extra cable box. And considering the size of the Xbox One and the Kinect, that really seems something I personally should consider. Let's see. Excuse me that I'm stopping too much. I'm reading this up here. Okay. Okay. I marked this points that I wanted to show you. Okay. Here it is. Another thing that I wanted to emphasize was that the Microsoft established relationship with NFL. More NFL. Now you're gonna be able to see your fantasy teams, stats, and that kind of stuff. Something that I personally consider useless for me because one, I'm not an NFL fan. Two, and I don't want to play pretend. That's just my opinion on fantasy, be it baseball or NFL fantasy. I just play pretend. Another thing they showed was the multitasking where you can grab like a window and you can close it and go to your home screen, and that really showed us how they are envisioning the multitasking thing. Okay. Another thing that I want to talk about the specs. It's gonna have 8 GB of DDR3 RAM, which is slightly slower and more old than the PS4 GDDR5, which the PlayStation 4 is going to have, according to Sony, that is. A release date wasn't specified, even though it said later this year. Many believe it's going to be in November. I believe it's going to be in November. They launched the Xbox 360 in November. It wouldn't really surprise me if they released the Xbox One in November. Another thing is the Kinect 2.0. The Kinect 2.0, I've never liked the Kinect personally. It's just, for me, it's more of a waste of money when the old Kinect, the one they released in 2010 for the 360, that was a waste of money. Even though the 2.0 will ship with every single Xbox One, which leads me to the question: Will this boost the price of the Xbox One? Because the old Kinect costs $100 extra, and let's assume they maintain that price range. Is it going to put another $100 in the price? Is it? That's something that worries me because they didn't announce the price. And something that I was really worried about was the price, because I thought, like, if they didn't announce the price in this conference, that meant it was a high price. They didn't want to bum people out, and they were gonna announce it later this year, and probably in E3. Speaking of E3, to make up for the lack of games and stuff in this conference, they said that on E3, there's when they're gonna focus on gaming. They're gonna see new games. They have 15 new games, with 8 of which are new franchises, which sounds good. I think it's time to move on and create new content for your consumers. Well, that's good. That's pretty good. Another thing which I noticed was that, how can I explain this in a matter? Another thing that I noticed was that some fake applauses. This has been trending now. How the applause came from the back. Like, there wasn't the media that was there, they were applauding. That's something, you can see it. You just expect it, I thought the media didn't really have a reason to applaud. Not with the conference itself, it came from the back apparently. That's why I announced that they're going to expand the Xbox One to 300,000 servers. That is a lot of servers. It's a lot of servers. That really surprised me. Another stuff that they said. Wait a minute. Give me a second. I'll search it over here. Have it right. Okay. It's also gonna. The Xbox One is also gonna feature USB 3.0. That's cool. I don't use it that much. My laptop, but whatever. 500 gigabytes. Yeah, 500 gigabytes of storage. This seems like, I don't know how to explain it. This seems like too little. Because apparently, with all the downloads you gotta do and all the games are going to the hard drive, according to Microsoft. Well, that seems like it's gonna run out quickly. Bro, I don't know. I don't know if they haven't announced they're gonna make 1 terabyte storage or storage expandable, movable. They haven't announced that. On something that really they did really wrong was the fact that they didn't clear any doubts in the conference. For example, the pre-used game fees. That was something that really bummed me out. Like when the rumors was running that you gotta pay a fee and that stuff. They didn't make that clear in the conference itself. It was in the after of it, which it really led many people to be ranting like, oh, the Xbox and the fee, it's useless, it's pointless. And I was one of them. And after that, they confirmed, no fee so far. There's not gonna be any fee. That's good. That's pretty good. And that's, as I was saying, that's something they didn't do well. They needed to get all those questions out of the way in the conference, something they didn't do. Because the moment the conference ended, I turned it off, went to my normal life. That's something they had to do. That they really needed to attack that in the conference, let everything clear in the conference. Look, this is this. You gotta pay a fee. You don't have to pay a fee. You need to be always on internet. You don't need to be always on internet. And that's another thing, the always online thing. The way they mentioned the word cloud, like, and this and that, it really led me to think that it was gonna need always online. It really had. I thought that, many people thought that. When I was watching the conference, they were discussing, and they really thought that you always need to be online. Something I thought myself. It may not be a big deal for people who have an internet connection, but for those who don't have an internet connection, well, that would have been horrible. Well, they didn't let that clear in the conference. Then they said after the conference, yeah, you don't need to be always online. Well, according to what the article says, another rumor that came out. This is outside the conference, is that the PS4 is going to be 50% more powerful than the Xbox, the Xbox One. I don't pay too much attention to that because it's not everything has been confirmed. not everything is set in stone. We gotta wait to E3, and probably after that, that's I'm waiting. I don't wanna rave on that too much. Another thing that I wanted to mention was the fact that let me get the article right over here. This is a quote. It says the Sony has yet to show any hardware or software that could enable the multitasking experience that Microsoft plans to deliver with the Xbox One. This quote I found on the internet. I don't know who said this. So I can't give credit, or I can't point out who made this quote. I've been searching for that. This is something that caught my eye. Let me repeat it for you. Quote, Sony has yet to show any hardware or software that could enable the multitasking experience that Microsoft plans to deliver with the Xbox One. Well, yeah, how can I say this? The Microsoft plans to deliver the multitasking experience not only because of the games, because the only one system that they are trying to portray. That is something that is obvious. You gotta be able to multitask the way it, and the conference seemed responsive. How they swipe and they connect with responsive. How they set Xbox on. How that portrayed. Is it gonna be a snappy console? It's gonna be a little in the slow side, laggy, and that stuff. It really portrayed as a pretty fast, multitasking friendly console. But as far as the Sony PS4, well, no confirmation on that. We'll have to wait till E3. They show a teaser for the hardware. It's gonna be presented on June 13, I think it is. I'm not sure. Had that file over here moved. Can't find it now. But anyway, I think this will wrap up this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Remember to like, comment, subscribe for more content. It's really, this is my start. I know that I've made other videos I've deleted. Then that was just an experiment. I really want to. This is gonna be my first video. This is gonna be cemented as my first video. I hope you guys liked it. As I said, like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you very much for your time. See you then.